Imagine your love is a river. It flows out from you, generous and life-giving. It waters the gardens of your friends. It quenches the thirst of your family. It nourishes everyone it touches. But a river that only flows out, and is never fed by a spring or by the rain, eventually runs dry. And you are left standing in an empty riverbed, cracked and barren, wondering where all your water has gone. This is for you, the giver, the caretaker, the rock, the one who always gives more than they receive. It is your defining characteristic, your superpower, and your secret crushing weight. You are the one who remembers every birthday, the one who listens for hours on the phone, the one who offers help before it is even asked for. You are a five-star restaurant where everyone comes to eat, but no one ever asks if the chef is hungry. And you have played this role for so long, you may not even know how to stop. But lately, the giving has started to feel heavy. It is followed by a quiet, aching resentment that you feel deeply ashamed of. And you are left with a terrifying question. If I stopped giving, would there be any reason for anyone to stay? If this is your story, then you are about to understand a profound truth about yourself. You are not just a nice person. You are a person who learned, as a matter of survival, that your value is in your giving. This is not a personality trait. It is a deeply ingrained trauma response. You did not choose this role. It was assigned to you, in the silent classroom of your childhood. Sometimes, you learned it because you were the parentified child. You had to be the emotional caretaker for your own caregivers. You learned, from a very young age, that your job was to soothe, to manage, and to give. Receiving was a luxury that was never on the table. You learned that your needs were a burden, but the needs of others were your sacred responsibility. Sometimes, you learned it because you grew up in a home where love was conditional. You were not loved for who you were, but for what you could do. You earned praise and affection by being helpful, by being good, by achieving. Giving became your strategy to earn your place, to secure your attachment. It was your way of begging for a love that was not given freely. And sometimes, you learned it in an environment of emotional neglect. Your own needs, your own feelings, were met with a vast, empty silence. You learned that your inner world was not important. So you turned your focus outward. It was less painful to focus on the needs of others than to sit with the unbearable loneliness of your own unmet needs. You became a brilliant giver, because it was a way to escape the pain of never receiving. And so you arrive in adulthood, a master of giving. But the survival strategy of the child has become the source of the adult's exhaustion. And the costs are immense. The first cost is a profound and chronic burnout. You are in a constant state of energetic deficit. You are pouring from a cup that is never refilled. This is a soul-deep weariness that no amount of sleep can fix. It is the exhaustion of a well that has run dry. The second cost is a deep and pervasive loneliness. You are often surrounded by people. Your phone is always buzzing. But you feel completely and utterly alone. Because true connection is a two-way street. It is a reciprocal exchange of energy, of vulnerability, of care. When you are always the one giving, you are not in a relationship. You are a resource. And it is a lonely thing to be loved for what you provide, but not for who you are. The third cost is a secret, simmering resentment. This is the most shameful feeling of all. You feel a flash of anger when a friend calls, yet again, with another crisis. You feel a bitter taste when you realize you've spent an entire dinner party acting as a free therapist, and no one has asked you a single question about your own life. You immediately feel guilty for this feeling. But this resentment is not a sign of your badness. It is the healthy, beautiful, and desperate cry of your own neglected soul. It is the part of you that knows you deserve more. So how do we begin to heal this painful imbalance? The journey is not about becoming a selfish person who never gives. It is about finally, bravely, and lovingly, including yourself in the circle of your own care. The first step is to acknowledge the pattern with compassion. See your giving not as a flaw, but as a beautiful and heartbreaking survival strategy. Look back at the small child who learned this role, and see them not with judgment, but with awe for their resilience. Thank this part of you for keeping you safe, for helping you belong in the only way it knew how. The second step is to practice the art of receiving, in microdoses. You cannot go from being an empty well to a full lake overnight. Start small. The next time someone gives you a compliment, resist the urge to deflect it. Just breathe. And say the two most powerful words, "Thank you." The next time a friend offers to buy you a coffee, let them. You are practicing the art of letting goodness in, without immediately feeling the need to repay it. You are teaching your nervous system that it is safe to receive. The third step is to begin the brave work of setting boundaries. Your no is a sacred word that protects your own life force. You can start by creating space. I can't talk right now, but can I call you back tomorrow? You are not rejecting the person. You are honoring your own capacity. Remember, a boundary is not a wall to keep people out. It is a fence to protect your own inner garden. And finally, you must begin to reconnect with your own forgotten river. You must start asking yourself the question you have been avoiding your entire life. What do I need right now? At first, the answer may be a deafening silence. You are out of practice. Be patient. Keep asking. Your needs are still there, waiting patiently beneath the surface. To give from a full cup is a beautiful and joyful act. To give from an empty one is a slow form of self-erasure. You were not born to be a resource for others. You were born to be a full and vibrant river, one that is fed as much as it flows out. The journey now is to learn that you are just as worthy of receiving your own care as everyone else has been. It is time to let it rain. If this video was helpful for you, please show your support by clicking the like button. To continue this journey of healing, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. And if you know someone who is always giving, please share this video. It might be the reminder they need that they are worthy of receiving, too. Thank you for watching. It is safe to be full.